For 3,000 years, the world has looked for the mountain of God in the wrong place. Every year, thousands of tourists climb a peak in the Sinai Peninsula of Egypt. They visit St. Catherine's Monastery, they buy souvenirs, they take photos of the sunrise. They believe they are standing where Moses received the 10 Commandments. But there is a problem. There is no archaeological evidence there. No blackened peak, no split rock, no altar. The Bible says Mount Sinai is in Arabia, and if you look across the water into the forbidden deserts of the Tabuk region, you find a mountain that matches the biblical description perfectly. It has a peak burnt black by fire. It has a massive split rock that shows signs of ancient water erosion. And the most chilling part? The Saudi government erected a fence around the base, designated it an archaeological site, and warned that trespassers would be arrested. What are they protecting? Today, on the Horeb Project, we are going inside the Forbidden Mountain. To find the truth, we have to look at the geography. The traditional site in Egypt was chosen by Constantine's mother, Queen Helena, in the 4th century AD based on a dream. It wasn't based on science. It wasn't based on the text. The book of Exodus tells us that Moses fled Egypt to the land of Midian. Archaeologists and historians unanimously agree. Midian is not in Egypt. Midian is in modern-day Saudi Arabia. If the Israelites crossed the Red Sea at the Gulf of Aqaba, specifically at the massive beach of Nuweiba, they would have stepped onto the Arabian shore. And right there, just a few days' journey inland, stands the tallest peak in the region, Jebel al-Lawz, the mountain of almonds. Exodus 19:18 says, Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord descended on it in fire. At Jebel al-Lawz, the geology is baffling. The base of the mountain is brown granite, but the peak is jet black. When geologists examined these rocks, they found that they are not volcanic. They are granite rocks that have been scorched from the outside, as if subjected to an intense directional heat source. When you break the rock open, it is pink inside. It is a natural monument to a supernatural event. But the rocks aren't the only witness. Perhaps the most famous story of the Exodus is Moses striking the rock to bring forth water for millions of people in the desert. On the western side of the mountain range, there is a singular massive boulder. It stands 6 stories high, balanced precariously on a rocky hill. It is split cleanly down the middle, but look closer at the base. In a desert that receives less than an inch of rain a year, the rocks directly beneath this split boulder show signs of massive water erosion. They are smooth. They are rounded. It is the kind of erosion you only see in rushing riverbeds. Yet, there is no river here, only sand. At the base of the mountain, there is a large pile of uncut stones. It looks like an altar. Etched onto these stones are petroglyphs of bulls. This is significant. The local tribes of Saudi Arabia did not worship bulls, but the Egyptians did. The Israelites, fresh from slavery in Egypt, built a golden calf. Why would we find Egyptian-style bull carvings in the middle of the Saudi desert, exactly where the Bible places the altar? In the 1980s, explorers Ron Wyatt and Bob Cornuke entered this area illegally. They documented the altar, the pillars, and the Blackened Peak. They were arrested by Saudi security forces, accused of being Israeli spies, and held for weeks. Upon their release, the site was fenced off. The warning signs went up. Archaeological area, trespassing punishable by law. The evidence at Jebel al-Lawz is overwhelming. The geography fits. The geology fits. The artifacts fit. So why isn't this on the front page of every history book? Perhaps because accepting this mountain means accepting the history that happened on it. The fence is still there. The signs are still rusted. But the truth is no longer hidden. This is the Horeb Project. Subscribe for more forbidden history.